I know.
Okay, they hear you.
I know.
You were on Charmed. Okay, come on, you can do this. Help, 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 help. I need help. Oh, help.
This might be a short show.
Please! Please help my son! I can't afford his baseball trip! We have so little! You don't even know our struggle! No one's gonna hire me! I'm too old! All I have left are these 2 perky fun bags and a Twitter account! Please! Please help!
Hey, Ben!
What?
E.G. and Carol just got $83 million in that Trump defamation case!
Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years ago, Donald Trump grabbed me by the
Honey, tell the maid to pack our suitcases. We're moving to New York.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know. Can they
you
hear
hear
us?
me?
I'm getting errors all over the place on YouTube. So.
Oh, great.
Have
Well, no. Okay, Trailer Park Pundit didn't launch. That's probably the error you're getting, but that's fine. Beauty and the Boomer looks great. Rumble looks great. Rockfin looks great.
Okay, I'll take that because we have
Trailer Park Pundit crash. So
we have one camera down, and that's going to be a little glitchy. But I want to say hi to everybody before I totally lose my shit.
Like we lost our shit this morning.
Yeah, we did.
Oz will hit me up in the morning and be like, "Hey, I need some work on the studio. I'll come help. Banda. I'll come in my pajamas, hair sticking straight up, cup of coffee." Oh, it was terrible. And we went out on a live stream and didn't realize we were live.
Yeah,
you guys did. So you got to hang out and help us. Thank you. But yes,
so,
we're at a new studio. Tell them all about it, Oz.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Live stream studio puked up on me, and this is puking up on me too. So I'm thinking I've got another problem that I just don't know what it is. But that being said, everybody's saying we're okay. It's buffering. I got buffering. Senate girl, try and go over to Rockfin if you can, because it's eating crap. It might be a short show tonight, guys, but here's the deal.
The Rockfin and the Rumble seem to be handling okay. Maybe it's just YouTube that's buffering.
How are we? Well, no, I'm buffering in the studio itself. So how do we look? How do we look on Rockfin and Rumble, guys?
Do we look marvelous?
So you've got a show tomorrow night. Let's get that out of the way first.
Yeah, it's join me and Jesse Jett tomorrow. We're going to have a trailer park jam. He's going to come play for us. And yeah, I'm super excited about that. And then Monday night, I've got Jamie Deluxe. We're just going to hang out and get super stoned together. So that's what that show is.
Well, like I said, I've got a big bad error. So we
have a beautiful show wrote. So if we crash, guys, I don't know. I might pop up on the restream with it.
What's the contingency plan if we crater tonight? We do it
put the stream up via the restream. I'll engineer it.
Yeah, so that's a contingency plan. When would we do that? Tonight? We can't do that tonight, or can we?
What do you mean? Yeah, if we crashed, I could literally have us back up in 10 minutes.
Okay,
I just need the cards and our stuff to put into the.
Okay, it's good on YouTube. Everybody's saying it's good. So
yeah, it looks good. This is a really fucking nice studio. You know, Oz will get it tuned in. He's literally had 24 hours with this. He had 4 years with the live stream studio. So I'm going to give you a little time to work on this one.
All right, let's just go like we're going live. Anyway, I want to say hi to everybody on the tubes. We've got, Midnight Karma, Becca C, Cynic Girl, what's going on? The Olaf, Dieter, Cynic again, Steve G, Steve G.
I saw some super chats going by. I better go catch those.
Popeye, what's going on, Popeye? Oh, Gamer, good to see you, Becca C. Deborah Grossbach, I'm going through these fast because E. Rogel, good to see you.
Hey, Oz,
Kurt
we
Boss,
got a birthday out there.
We have a birthday. Whose birthday is it?
It is Ghost Art's birthday. Becca C, thank you so much, says, happy birthday, Ghost Art. Happy birthday, Ghost Art.
Happy birthday, Ghost Art. Yeah, sorry it's a rough night getting into
around
this.
The sun. Look at you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not getting enough video. Maybe it's in the restream settings. So, I don't know. That would be just great. 4737 Carlin, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. I said Midnight Karma, and you've got the tubes, or do you not? Jax, what's going on, Jax? And
Jax page. Jax sent us a super chat. Says, Chanda, your hair looks amazing. Thank you. I did the old-fashioned pin curl where you stick the bobby pin through it.
What about my hair, Jack? Doesn't it look amazing? Dollar Store Hair Oz here tonight. Dollar Store Hair Oz. Okay, Old Man Barker, good to see you. Vic, what's going on? Send me an email. Let me know what's happening with Thurston Community Media. I'd love to know. Inquiry Minds. Cold Fusion Gaming, saw you out there today. And let me see. Oh, gosh, we got a lot of people chatting here.
I'm trying to get logged in to throw wrenches. I see.
Anthony, good to see you, Anthony.
Smith just got a wrench.
This is going to be crazy.
This is crazy.
Rick Solis, good to see you. I will get these bugs
Hey,
taken out of this
Drifter.
thing. Otherwise, I'll take the whole system to the dungeon and have them do a diagnostic.
The
on it.
dungeon. You guys know what the dungeon is, right? That's where Oz sends all of his equipment to be torn apart and tortured.
Yeah, it's just picture that in your mind. It's really
I do.
High Plains
I always-
Drifter. Good to see you, High Plains Drifter. Sean Miller. I'm trying to get everybody called out. Cowboy Kitty. Robert Templeton. There's Kurt again. Hi, Kurt. What's going on?
We got a good show. We do.
We do. The video's going crazy. I can hear you all the buffers. Oh no. Let me see. Mastermind Hour I called you at. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom. Crazy Puppet. Congrats on the new studio. Crazy Puppet. Thank you for the big old super chat. And happy birthday to Ghost Start. Also love seeing the old faces with new. Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's crazy. Thank you so much, Crazy Puppet. We so appreciate that.
Well, I
And-
worked on an associate producer card for Crazy Puppet. So Crazy Puppet, you've kept us going for many, many years now. So we
Yeah.
appreciate it, and for our good, for our very loyal, we throw associate producer cards up. So I'll just probably debut that next week. Yeah, next week.
Background behind Oz. That's you like that? That's new Chanda back there. Let me see if I can get this to work. I can make us go away, but not together yet. So, but there we are.
Yeah,
Shanda,
we haven't
that's a
figured
good
out how to leave at the same
reface.
time.
Yo Oz, I'm looking up. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Peace Dove, good to see you, Peace Dove. Peace Dove. I got everything. I got a John. Rick says he's got. Rick Solis got a dungeon too. Yeah, I used to have a personal dungeon myself.
You guys freak me out sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm trying to boost the algorithm. Thank you there, Crazy Puppet. Sometimes it goes, but honestly, our algorithm is in the YouTube dungeon. They will not give us anything because we don't take sides, we don't monetize, we don't play favorites.
We don't play their game. We give all of you a wrench.
Yeah, it's like, hey, man, it's all here. So I wonder why, Shanda, I didn't get this error today when it was going out on the stream.
I know. We have done so many test streams in the last 24 hours. And of course, right when we go live, we start getting glitches and problems. It's just the way it is.
Every single time. You want to shout out
single time.
you want to shout out the Rumble?
Yeah, let me get the Rockfin over here. Popeye says, oh, thank you so much for the super ray. Says, I'm speechless, Shanda. Ah, well, I'm glad I could make you speechless. Hey, Dingo. Dingo got to see me in all my glory this morning. How are you? I'm so glad that stream got taken down. Whew. That was bad. Hey, Mannix, what's up? Copeland Morris is hanging out with Zoxo Voxo Vix and Jim. Jim's over there. We know it's buffering, guys. Hey, Osama number 5, how's it going? Hey, Ram, how's it going? And Lynn, Kate, hi, Kate, how's it going? Hey, have you guys joined the Trailer Park Discord? It's turning into quite the freaking party over there, man. Some of you guys are fucking a riot, man. You have me totally cracking up. And let's see who else. I think we got everybody. That's Crone of Heresy.
Hey, Crone.
How are you doing?
Crone, how's that coffee, Crone? Is that Joey's coffee? Crone got some Joey's coffee, so good. That was great.
I'm so
That was
jelly.
great.
I'm totally jelly. And we got Shane Piper over there. What's up? Okay, so that was there. And let me get the Rumble real fast. Osama's hanging out over there with Law 66 and Kate and... yeah, that's who's talking. We don't get a lot of talkers on Rumble. Rumble's a weird place. I got to tell you, it freaks me out. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. And I'm just looking at
No, you do you, babe. I know you're working on everything in the street. I know.
Yeah,
and it's so different for me. So, because I can't see the studio tonight. Normally, I can see where you're going, what you're queuing up, what you're getting ready to do, and I can't now. So. A little different for me too.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to say anything. Let's get this show started, shall
Isn't
we?
that a song from the 80s?
Yeah, I think it's Ozzy Osbourne.
It was Iron Man. You just did the intro to Iron Man.
Oh, God, that's what I feel like
Look at
right
you,
now.
boomer.
What can I say? I think our audio's good. I don't think the stream's any better anywhere else,
Yes,
guys.
Kate.
It's probably the same everywhere, but let's get this thing going while we're still up and running. It's just clicking through here. Shanda, your bra straps are showing.
Yeah, that's the way the shirt goes, but thanks. Thanks for your concern.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. What do we got here, Shanda? What's going on up here? What's this?
Oh, I just thought we'd start out with the news flash. So let's see if I can read this. Oh, I can. Today's top story. Nobody did anything about anything that you want them to do something about. Yeah, news flash. And isn't that appropriate? Oh, Gaza's not an open air prison, is it?
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, so there you go.
It is.
Yeah, this is fun. New studio break in tonight, and we're breaking it. So you got a Secretary Blinken here. What do you got here? Anthony Blinken?
Blinken. Oh, this is just disgusting. So gross. Okay, so today he tweets us out this morning and says, "Today we mourn the more than 6 million Jews and persons and other groups murdered and persecuted during the Holocaust by the Nazis and their collaborators. We must apply these lessons of the Holocaust to combat all forms of intolerance and build a world where hate has no place."
I think
he said that shit with a straight face.
The stream has stabilized a little bit, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's like a fucking Brock. We're just riding it tonight.
Yeah, I got to figure this out. This making
Ride
me
that
crazy.
stream.
Making me crazy, everybody. Making the old
You're
Oz
okay.
crazy.
You're okay.
I'm going to switch around here. I'm going to have to play fast and loose with these videos because I've only got one camera tonight because it's broken. So, what do we got here, Shanda?
Well, we got a twofer from Nick tonight because he's on fire. Anyway, so of course the ICJ came back with the ruling, right? And depending on who you talk to is depending on what you think the ruling came back. Some people think it was a victory for South Africa and, oh my gosh, we're going to get a ceasefire. Like, no, that's not what happened. So we got Nick breaking it down.
International Court of Justice just delivered a huge blow to the state of Israel as they find sufficient basis behind South Africa genocide charges against them. First off, South Africa deserves massive praise for their huge legal victory over the state of Israel. The lawyers representing South Africa will be remembered as civil rights icons and people who champion international law. These South African lawyers fully expose the war crimes of Israel. And the ICJ has found that Israel committed war crimes. Now the entire world sees the depravity of the state of Israel. Problem is, Israel doesn't care. We even have Israeli officials on Twitter that are mocking the ICJ and The Hague, which leads to the fundamental problem of this ruling. It doesn't call for a ceasefire. The ICJ essentially told Israel to police themselves and follow the rules of an international court that they absolutely do not respect. We are already seeing Israeli officials call the ICJ anti-Semitic and call for the government to ignore the rulings, which they definitely will. In fact, Benjamin Netanyahu immediately came out and said that this ruling will not impact their military campaign at all.
Israel's commitment to international law is unwavering. Equally unwavering is our sacred commitment to continue to defend our country and defend our people.
This ruling may provide a pathway towards a long-term victory over the state of Israel, but it does not alleviate the suffering of the people Israel are currently tormenting right now. This is why you have South Africa criticize the court for not coming out in support of a ceasefire. We are already seeing Western corporate media outlets, they are spinning the ICJ ruling as a rejection of a ceasefire. Also, the ICJ demanding a ceasefire would have forced genocide Joe Biden to show his hand and force a veto at the UN Security Council. So we had some missed opportunities here. But this was still a giant win and strikes the fear into Israel and the West that they are not above the law. We just got to find a way to enforce it.
Hotspot. What do you got to say about that one, Chanda?
Well, and he's right. It's being spun. I mean, right behind you, I have frickin' dumbass Kirby saying, oh, no, that's not what it meant. They didn't tell them they have to do a ceasefire. They didn't say they're doing anything wrong. I mean, like I said, it depends on who you're fucking listening to, who you're talking to as the outcome of this. I mean, yes, there was a small victory, I think. At least in the history books, it'll go down that they were called to task for what they were doing in real time, right? That's the way I look at it, anyways. That's my.
What's
we got a bunch of super chats hanging out. Let me grab
why
those
don't you
real fast.
take care of those before we crash.
Go ahead. Let me take care of the super chats. You check on what you need to check on. New studio tonight, guys. If you're just joining us, we're trying to get the bumps out. It's going to be a rough ride tonight. It's Crazy Puppet says, if not in the chat, because I'm getting preoccupied with combustion of herbal substances to inhale byproducts. Me too.
Good for you.
Robert Templeton sent us a cute little Mimi thing. Thank you so much. Oh, cute little birdie. Cute birdie. And did I get all the new? Yeah, I think I got them all. Okay. Yeah, we got them all. You can play the first few minutes of the first minute of freaking Kirby. I didn't even cut it because I was going to tell you just shut him up whenever. Okay, I can't take its hypocrisy. And it is straight hypocrisy.
The fact of the matter is that ICJ has not dismissed the allegations against Israel with respect to genocide. They do believe that those allegations warrant further investigation and deliberation. So do you stand by the words that you used earlier this month to characterize those allegations, that they're meritless, counterproductive, and completely without any basis in fact whatsoever?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you basing that off of? If the UN's top court believes that there is a plausible risk of genocide, they're specifically directing Israel to prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to commit genocide, and again, have not...
It is not found that they are committing genocide.
They are not dismissing
it has not been found that they were committing genocide.
We have no indication that that's going on, Sabrina.
That's what he just said.
No indication that they are deliberately trying to exterminate the people of Gaza.
Well, the ICJ specifically cited
we have no indication.
Statements that were made by Israel's defense minister referring to Gazans as human animals, the president of Israel saying the entire population of Gaza is responsible. Do you not see that as risking incitement?
Okay, that's enough
like that
of
are certainly,
right?
No, it's kill it whenever. It's just straight up fucking lies. Like, he's like, well, no, they weren't individually targeting and punishing. No, there's no genocide.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, what do we got next here? I'm sitting here going over in my mind what I can fix next or what I can try and do to fix this. So
you're a little preoccupied. So I wrote this show because Oz was in the studio working. You engineered for Convo Couch this week and you crashed hard. And I crashed hard a couple of times last month. So we knew there was an issue going on. So you moved us. You packed us up and moved us. But it's all good.
Yeah, I'm going to. I have actually repaired everything that I can except for the gateway, and I'm just going to replace the gateway too. So that's all I can do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you sent me a message the other night and said on my way to Olympia to get a new modem.
And you know what? After our show last week,
I'm a dog with a bone.
I need our chatters so I can lean on your shoulders for just a minute, guys. I thought I had everything fixed. I mean, everything that we've been working on for years. And this is the one thing that is just a gift that keeps on giving. So, I got that off my chest. I feel better now. What do you got here? Ben Griv? Woke up, whatever.
Grives,
what does it say?
Grives. He slams the ICJ as anti-Semitic and says Israel should ignore a ruling on provisional measures. So, yeah, I mean, this has just been how they rolled out since, this verdict came down. They seem to be going harder. Is it just me?
No, I'm here too. And what do we got here?
Well, yeah, that's not genocide.
Looks like genocide to me.
You heard Kirby. That's not genocide.
Okay. So we're fading in with Edward Snowden. What do we got going on here?
Snowden. This is a great tweet. So Biden, von der Leyen, Sunken, Biden, Cameron, all in the clear danger of criminal charges for complicity in genocide. And Edward Snowden says, Genocide Joe will certainly land a little harder after today. Come November, the entire brand of Biden's White House has become pro-war for every war. Yeah, it did. That's, I think it gave a little more teeth to the Genocide Joe. Like I said, it'll go down in history.
And case study QB.
Case study QB. Okay, so I don't know if we need to run this one. Let's not run this one, but we'll run the next one. So they're shooting at anybody that comes out with a white flag, right? We've seen this multiple times over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is what the State Department has to say about it. Why don't you go to the next one? This guy, why do they keep putting this guy? I can't even remember his name. I always forget his name. He just, and I've learned it 50 billion times. It's just one of those names I won't file. He's that unforgettable.
Yeah. Go ahead in the back.
Yeah. You may have had the chance to see some of the footage shot by our cameraman in the Gaza Strip, widely shared online, showing a group of men waving a white flag, representing no threat whatsoever, unarmed, and moving south to try and reach some relatives. The IDF opened fire, as you can see on that video, and killed one of them, Abu Salul. I wonder what your response to that is, and whether you think from watching that video whether that potentially represents a war crime.
I have seen that footage, but I am not going to comment on the specifics around that, given I'm not aware of the full circumstances on the ground. And as we've said before, this is not an American operation. But beyond that, please don't. I'm happy to take your questions if you'll allow me. To answer. I don't interrupt you, and I ask you to not do the same. As a general matter, though, we have not parsed our words.
They're trained
about
in
the
that
moral and
fucking
strategic
combative
imperative
shit
that the government of Israel and the Israeli security forces have to take every effort possible to minimize civilian casualties and minimize impact on civilians. As it relates to the footage that your organization
wait a minute. Why does
shared,
that say?
Again, I'm just going to refrain
Should say
from commenting on
145.
specific operations, as we do not have full circumstances of what on the ground from here. This is
all right. He's full of shit. So whatever.
He's so full of shit, and they are trained in that combat. I respect you. You know, Jean-Pierre, she does that shit too. Don't interrupt me. Let's not be, she does this combative crap from the podium. It's gross.
It is gross. It is. Absolutely.
But we know what they're doing. They're acting. He goes, I've seen the video, and I won't give you my opinion. Yeah, because
how's everybody doing out there? You guys doing okay? We
find my chat again.
Can you guys still see us? Stop. Who's calling sugar at Jetty fat? Who's calling?
Stop calling me fat.
Quit calling me fat. Okay.
No,
all right. All right.
Orange for you.
All right. All right. We got Claire Daly. Claire, I'm starting to get a slight handle on this, guys, but it's still buffering, I think. Go ahead, Chanda. What do we got? Claire, you brought a Claire Daly. Is she?
You added Claire Says to the deck, so I found a Claire Says, and Claire says and burns it to the fucking ground like she does every time she opens her mouth.
All right, let's hear what Claire says.
You realize how, I suppose, offensive and hypocritical it must seem to the millions of Europeans who've marched in order to have the upholding of international law and human rights validated by having a ceasefire in Gaza, to hear a representative of the EU saying that your motivation in the Red Sea is because of an unacceptable violation of international law, when the crimes people are witnessing on their TVs are the likes of which we have never seen. And EU authorities have not only not done anything, but have been openly declaring that they are prepared to ignore the outcomings of the International Court of Justice. So how is that upholding international law? And is the lives of people not more important than commerce? I think as well there is a bit of a problem with talking about peace in Yemen when we have illegal acts being perpetrated by our so-called like-minded partners and 3 member states supporting them. And the EU has nothing to say about that. Clearly you couldn't care less about peace in Yemen if you're standing by and seeing civilians being bombed in Yemeni cities who've had nothing got to do with this. So I suppose my questions are quite targeted. Do you accept the claim by the Yemenis that they are only targeting Israeli ships and those destined to part of the occupied Palestinian territories, and that they are doing that in order to exercise pressure on Israel, a pressure which the EU could have done economically, for example, by suspending the EU-Israel Association Agreement and taking other efforts? They also say that their actions will stop once humanitarian aid is allowed to get in and access the people of Palestine who desperately need it. Again, a situation upheld by international law. So would it not be more productive to engage in that diplomatically rather than using it as an excuse for more militarism in the area?
Exactly. Exactly, Claire.
Exactly, Claire. We love Claire. We love Claire. Everybody loves Claire.
She just puts it blunt into the fucking point. And yeah, we see what Yemen's doing. And yeah, Fee put out a pretty good report on that this week. Check out Fee's timeline.
Terrific job. Terrific job. Sam Husseini, Israel's genocidal intent against Palestinians is so intense, it is willing to kill its own Jewish citizens and achieve it. And this is decensored news. Relatives of Israeli hostages burst into Knesset Finance Committee meeting demanding action. This happened earlier in the week. Protesters say they've been forgotten.
Yeah, I covered it.
Yeah, this is terrific, and I just wanted to point out. I wanted to point out. I'm going to show everybody here. I got a little bit of a different cut on it, but I think the 666 is fitting, don't you, Chanda?
Oh God, I didn't even see that. You and your damn 666. Okay, Lucifer.
I did. Somebody's telling me something here, so.
תנו להם להגיד מה שהם רוצים. תעזוב אותו, תן לו להגיד מה שהוא רוצה.
Now, they're weaponizing laws now in this country. We couldn't even get into one of those parliamentary meetings here. You know, it's a Congress. You can't even do it. But I'm glad that people are pushing back over there because this is a straight out genocide. It's horrible.
Well, these are families of some of the hostages and families of some of the IDF that have been killed, from what I understand.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And good. That's who needs to push back is the Israeli people.
Yeah, they really, really do need to push back. Let me push through this. I'm sorry I'm pushing it so fast tennite, guys. It's just
I know. It's all good.
Making me
we're not gonna have our normal flow tonight.
Yeah, and we're disjointed, so I say, yeah. No, that's you. So what do we got here? What's Netanyahu pulling tonight?
I don't know, but he can suck my lady balls apparently. So if I put it on this slide, it must be bad.
Okay, let's see what he's got going on here.
But you're in the wrong place. And he said, why? He said, because you should be in America. He said, why America? He said, because America will be the rising power in the world. There may be a world conflict. America will emerge as the great power, and America can make Britain do what Britain doesn't want to do. That is, recognize a Jewish state. Well, they went to America. Jabotinsky died, and my father continued alone during the during the war years, agitating for Zionism. He was all of 32. And he began, that's in 1942. He decided to do something that no Jewish leader did before. He went to the Republicans.
He's insufferable.
They're all insufferable. The whole Zionist spiel is insufferable anymore.
Well, that being said,
no, I'm glad you didn't play that. I just,
I'm sorry. It's just I'm doing that a lot tonight. Well, there is some good news. Nancy Pelosi got the hell heckled out of her the other day. Gets interrupted by Palestinian activists. Now, this, I think I'm going to see about playing this one through so everybody can see it.
Yeah, this was 2 days ago? And thank God people are starting to heckle these people. I've got the Fetterman. It's not on the deck, but it happened today. Where they're up there fucking chanting at Fetterman. He's standing on a roof. I've got all that stuff for Monday's show. But yeah, people are calling these guys out. Good.
And there's nothing to play on this one, so my bad, fail. But yeah, they were in there just giving her holy hell.
I have it. It's on 28. If you want to scroll down to 28, there it is.
28.
I brought it too. I got your back.
Well, you're good at this. Here we go. Let's see if we got it here.
Nancy Pelosi, you are complicit in the Israeli crime of genocide. I'm an Iraqi refugee, and I watch your government. You represent kill 1 million of my people. You killed 70,000 Afghans, and now over 30,000 Palestinians have died due to your complicity. We demand an end to the Zionist occupation of Palestine. We demand an end to the 17-year-long brutal siege of Gaza to be the occupation now! End the
Now look at all those fucking sheep standing and clapping. That's what pisses me off most about these type of clips. It's the stupid sheep that are like, get out of here.
Free, free Palestine! Free Palestine!
No kidding.
Oh, that makes my blood boil. My blood boil.
Me
and
too.
she just keeps talking right over, like, I just don't even notice you exist. I'll kill as many as I want.
It's horrendous. It's just verbal diarrhea at its worst. And this is what happens
Keep
at
calling
any.
them out. Keep calling them out.
Yeah, keep calling. That's the only way. You've got to put pressure on these people all day long. And you got a case study QB here.
Did you see the UAW endorse Biden?
Yeah, I did some cyclic vomiting when I saw that. It's
so gross.
Yeah, it is gross, and they can fuck all the way off too, you know. And again, we've had this discussion over and over again. Is that these are labor organizations? They're not real unions. They are not real unions.
They are top down.
They are top down. So the top tells the base how to vote instead of the base telling the top how to vote. And they convince them that it's in their best interest to go with Joe Biden because Democrat. That's not how it works. So it's the UAW and even the National Nurses United, the teachers, the Federation of Teachers, they're a labor organization. They do not represent the majority of the base. There's no argument. It's just the way it is. Then they're endorsing Joe Biden they're just playing a political roulette, and it's a big, big mistake. So we've got this is case study QB, right?
Yeah.
And let me get it over here and see if I can get it to play.
I got to bring this up because I know the president noticed it. He was interrupted by pro-Palestinian protesters today at the UAW. This is the second time in the week this has happened. The death toll in Gaza is 25,400. A huge number of that is children. Does President Biden feel like he should be held accountable for a war that the United States has supported through weaponry and rhetoric?
I'll say this, and the president talked about this when he did his Oval Address, and the innocent Palestinian lives that are being lost, these children that you just laid out, is devastating. Mm-hmm. We're talking about children being killed. We're talking about children who are now orphaned, and one life is too many. One life is too many, and it is devastating to hear. And as it relates to the protest, obviously the president, and you heard the president say this, is that we respect the rights of Americans to protest peacefully. At the same time, when you think about what happened on October 7th, when you think about the devastating attack that happened by Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, we got to remember that. We got to remember that they are a terrorist organization that have said, leaders in that organization have said they want to see October 7th happen over and over again. So we're going to support Israel as they defend themselves. They have to do it. They have to do it in a more precise way. They have to make sure that they protect civilian lives. That's why the president is continuing having those conversations. And that's why we're making sure that we're doing everything that we can to see another humanitarian pause. We want to see another humanitarian pause so we can get American hostages home, so that we can get that much needed humanitarian aid into Gaza, whether it's medical needs, whether it's other important needs that they need to survive and to live. And so we're doing that, and we're going to make sure that those conversations continue. We have Brett McGurk from our National Security Council, who was in Doha today. He was in Cairo yesterday, being part of those conversations that are happening with the region folks, regional partners, and also obviously with Israel and Hamas.
What do you think of them?
That's so gross. They always have the same fucking talking points, every single one of them. It doesn't matter who you listen to, Harris, frickin' anybody from the Biden administration. No ceasefire. These are terrorists. October 7th, but October 7th, but October 7th. And a humanitarian pause. I mean, you can nail their talking points. Like, I know exactly what their card looks like by what they're fucking saying. Fetterman's out there saying the same shit. And Mr. Cuck himself, Bernie Sanders, is out there. But Bernie's bringing it in a little different way because he wants you to feel the anguish of the Palestinian people, and he doesn't, for the life of him, understand what's happening. We got to stop this, is what he's saying. But he's the one who's voting to send the fucking money and the goddamn weapons there.
Thanks very much for joining me. Today, I want to say a few words about something that we are not hearing enough about. and that is the scale of the humanitarian disaster that is currently unfolding in Gaza. And it is a horrible, horrible disaster. The war in Gaza began, as you know, with Hamas's horrific attack against innocent Israelis, which ended up killing over 1,200 innocent people and taking more than 200 hostages.
Okay, that's enough of that bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, he goes into the October 7th shit, too. Like, he builds it all up in the beginning of it. And then, but October 7th was so bad, and Israel has the right to defend themselves. 9 minutes of that fucking horseshit. We've got to stop this, but Israel has the right to... It's... Bernie, you're talking out both sides of your fucking face, and you're the one voting for this shit. Who has the power to stop it? Duh.
Yeah. No. Who does have the power to stop it? Fee says, is this a Fee says? This is a Fee says. This is a Fee says. You want to read that?
I think you can, I think the video is just like background video, if you know what I mean. Okay. Anyways, for the third day in a row, Israel continues to block trucks carrying humanitarian aid from entering Gaza through the Krim al-Solomon border. As Palestine, also Palestinians are reportedly dying of hunger. Well, we know they're dying of hunger, right? Because they've blocked all the food. Here's the thing. They keep saying, all those interviews I just brought you. Well, they're Bernie, oh my God, we got to get aid in there. Jean-Pierre, we got to get aid in there. Everybody's screaming, we got to get aid in there. But they're the ones that are not, Israel's the one blocking the fucking aid. For every excuse they can come up with. If they find a hammer in a toolbox on the back of a truck, oh my God, you're going to prison. And that whole truck's not making it in. That's how fucking picky they're being about the aid that's being allowed to be in.
That's pretty picky. You brought your favorite dust broom here, right?
Oh, I brought him for you. I know you love Bolton.
Oh God, this
guy... is your cream of bullshit News Nation, because News Nation sucks so bad they have to bring an asshole like this on.
I don't know who's worse, either Bolton or Jim Carville. I think they're both equally horrible.
Yeah, they are equally horrible. You're right.
Okay, let's see if we can get this one to play.
Million people in Gaza have been relying on this agency for vital food, water, and medicine since the war began. Joining us now is former UN Ambassador John Bolton. Great to have you, Ambassador. Israel has long accused this UN relief agency of having ties to Hamas, but actually participating in the attack?
Well, it's shocking, but my guess is this is the tip of the iceberg. UNRWA has last time I looked, about 40,000 employees that operate mostly in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Of them, probably 99.5% are Palestinian. So the relationships between UNRWA and the Palestinian Authority on the West Bank and Hamas in Gaza are very, very extensive. Neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority are really governments as we understand them. Much of the delivery of services,
Palestinians don't have a government.
Stay on Gaza here.
All right,
is done by
I can't
food.
take any more of this guy either. I'm sorry.
I know. I just brought it to see how long you could take it. And,
I can't.
Okay, so they're accusing humanitarian aid of being in on October 7th, and they interrogated a bunch of them, and they all caved and gave. Yeah, that's how torture works. You can get anybody to admit to anything. And so now this is an excuse to block more of the humanitarian aid that could possibly make its way into Gaza.
Crazy Puppet Burnout reminded me that he is still around. Good for him, I guess.
Yeah, he pops up every now and then, writes a book occasionally.
Yeah, the guy's Jesus. He just wants to go out with a legacy of being in Congress and being, historically
he's got a beach house.
Running for president twice. I mean, the guy, he can write more books, but who would want to read them? Because he was a backstabbing sellout till.
He thinks he's going to go down in history like Eugene Debs, but he's not.
History is. Here's what they're going to say about Bernie. Bernie brought everybody together in 2016.
And then shit his pants. Yeah.
That's it. And he shit himself the whole way after that.
Totally.
So.
This is so gross. Did you see this? Boris Johnson wants all young people to go join the army.
Oh, yeah. I heard this. Our friends over at Redacted. Natalie and Clayton were talking about this. They want everybody to go kill themselves.
So all you over the pond, you better go enlist.
Lance Corporal Johnson reporting for duty and responding to the appeal from General Sanders for a citizen army.
What a fucking
and encouraging
toad,
young
right?
people across the country to think of the attractions, advantages of some kind of military training or service. Because at the moment they think it's either uncool or unethical, or perhaps they're not following General Sanders, they're following Colonel Sanders. To find out what we need to do about it, read my column
buy some chicken?
in the Daily Mail.
I think he was at my college. I met him at college. He was laying in the gutter somewhere, just rambling on, drinking Ripple. So I don't know.
Right. Nobody ever thought to brush his hair or tell him to brush his hair. This guy came right out of Central Casting, if you ask me. Like,
at least he had hair or has hair. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. That's all
of his wild COVID sex parties. Remember, he got busted having those wild COVID sex parties. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a favor since we're on this one. Can you do an encore presentation of this on your Monday show?
Yes, I will. I absolutely love this. As soon as I saw it, I immediately dropped what I was doing and sent Linda a message. This is wonderful. She has the date. She knew what day it was going to air. Fucking beautiful, Linda.
Linda, and I gave her a little trophy up there. Isn't that cute? I gave her a little trophy.
She deserves a trophy.
She deserves more. She works her ass off. Linda, our executive producer, Linda, is fantastic. And you guys are here to see her work. And this is one of her best ones, I think. And they're all great. So here we go.
Great message. Yeah.
The Trail of Tears isn't a black diamond slope. It's history not included in American education. January 27th. On this date in 1825, the U.S. Congress approves Indian Territory, a spot of land in what would become Oklahoma, where the eastern tribes of the United States were forced to relocate. The forced removal and relocation of the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, and Seminole tribes from their native homelands to the government's designated territory was known as the Trail of Tears for the intentional brutality and death imposed on the tribes as they made their way to their new home. As usual, America doesn't want anyone to remember how bloody most of our history is, so U.S. schools have stopped teaching about it. My guess is that today's average American school kid thinks the Trail of Tears is a video game or a movie. Hashtag colonize, rinse, repeat, whitewash, forget.
Look at that. Look what she's doing. She's great.
I know. And I love
she's
that.
killing
Rinse, whitewash, rinse, repeat, colonize, whitewash, rinse, report. That is brilliant. Very smart.
And you know what? I can't sing you or Linda's praises enough for where you were and where you are today. I mean, you two both, graphics, engineering. You got, it was easy. You just picked it up and you're going with it. So kudos to the moon to Linda for
and
work.
heartbreaking message on
yeah, she's doing just terrific stuff and bringing the messages we all need to hear. Honestly, she's a terrific producer. Terrific. I love her to death.
And she's right. They're not teaching Native history in school any longer.
No, they're not.
But they're passing a law in Washington State that they're going to teach LGBT plus history.
Yep. That's that's my relative. Gosh, we've got Joe Biden is with his great skills of articulation. I thought mine were bad.
Well, it's true. It's Johnny Graz says, "Oh my God, like Mr. Burns and Boonhauser had a baby," and it sounds just like that.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the men in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Okay, let's
Did you see the one where he was
Donald
at
Trump
the beer
a
union?
valuable lesson. Don't mess with the men in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Yabba dabba do. I don't even know what the hell he said.
America, unless you want to get the benefit, like
what, dude? What? Did I bring this or did you bring
too much
this?
Adderall? Yeah, you guys are right.
Way too much Adderall.
Yeah.
You brought this.
I did, and Due Dissidence put this out. Due Dissidence doing great work. Looks like the more educated you are, the more you approve of genocide. Look at that. Post grad, 50 to 49. That's insane.
It is insane.
And I'm not surprised. Why is that? Because of, the professional managerial class, right?
Yep, that's what it is. That is all it's about.
They're the gatekeepers. 100% they're the fucking gatekeepers. And so they're the ones we should be putting pressure on too, not just these elected officials who they idolize and worship. No, we need to be putting it at the professional class.
It all goes back to social conditioning, just like those people at that Nancy Pelosi rally.
Yes, that's them. That's them. If they can afford to go to a Pelosi fucking dinner, which is probably $2,000 a plate to get into that goddamn place, that's exactly the people we need to be making uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's horrendously bad. So, what do we got from our brilliant VP here? What's going on here?
Well, our brewing VP. Have you seen the push this week in the media about Michelle Obama forward?
Yeah. Well. Monday, all I heard was Roe v. Wade. Everybody.
We brought a bunch. We got a bunch on the deck.
Yeah. Let's hear what Kamala has to say here.
November of 2024, binary. And on the other side, you've got someone who has said that if he were back in office, he would weaponize the Department of Justice. Someone who has openly applauded insurrectionists as patriots.
Bullshit.
Someone who has said that they will go after their political enemies and applauds dictators, indicating that he would be one.
Bullshit.
So let's be really clear about what's at stake. And then, yes, of course.
Yes.
There is then
look at her hands.
Desire that let's get out there because we can't lose this democracy.
Oh my God.
You can't.
That was painful. Why did you do that to me?
We can't.
We can't. Oh my God. We can't do it. We can't do it. Oh, I can't take it.
Well, he's going to weaponize the Department of Justice against everybody, if you haven't heard. Not like they are doing to him right now.
I want him to put me in charge of the Department of Justice just for a month. Just for a month. That would be great. So, I don't know. Now, I brought this. This is Marie Goulinskamp Perez. She bought, what was the one that was in there before? That Republican, Jamie Herrera Butler. She got her seat.
Oh, yeah.
She got her seat, and she got it. She was a no-name, brand new, but the only reason she got it is Jamie Herrera Butler voted for impeaching Donald Trump, and that pissed off the Republican base in this area. But
that's right.
Marie Goulinskamp Perez says Joe Kent doesn't believe women should control their own bodies. A national abortion ban would be devastating and dangerous for women. Now, this was what I got hit with Monday morning. We all got hit with it. It wasn't just her. It was everybody, including the push. It was a push. It was a bullshit push, and they all were on message. And the problem I had with this was, and I responded to it, and I said, okay, check. Now let's talk about the issues that are most important to everyone. I challenge you and the rest of the candidates to focus on economic, foreign policy, healthcare, and infrastructure. Are you capable of that? If not, we can certainly help you. Thanks. And honest to God, they keep beating the Roe versus Wade drum, the abortion, everything else.
That They don't have anything else to tote. How have they fucking helped the American people? Not one goddamn bit. So the small few fucking little victories they think they have, they're trying to shove down our throat. And they love this one because fear, right? They've had the opportunity to codify Roe v. Wade for fucking decades.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, Obama couldn't do it. And then, well, turns out he could have done it. Like, we haven't seen Biden do it. Shut the fuck up about it. They just need it for re-election every 4 years.
Every 4 years. And they don't give a shit about the issue itself. It's just a money.
They love to blow it out, make it fear. Oh my gosh, if a woman's dying, then they can't have a doctor will not have the ability to give a woman whose body's in life's in danger, the ability, like they use that bullshit every time. Or they use they're selling live fetuses. Remember that one?
Yeah, they are. And I just want to play this because it's only 30 seconds. But this is reminiscent of every single damn shit-lib Democrat in Congress. Here it is. Check this out. Makes me want to puke.
The attack on reproductive rights is very personal to me. When I had a miscarriage, I needed to see a doctor right away. The last thing women need is extreme politicians like Joe Kent standing between us and critical medical care. Joe Kent would outlaw abortion with no exceptions, even when a mother's life is at risk. If he had his way, I could have lost my chance to have children, or worse. I'm Marie Perez, and I approve this message for my son and for so many other Washington women, too.
This is such misinformation. Can I tell you, as a woman who lost a child in the 4th month, and you have to have a medical procedure, and it's coined fucking different than abortion. You can't tell me that, she had a miscarriage and then she had to go have an abortion. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. They're just fear mongering. That's 100% fear mongering.
DNC. Jack, if you're in the audience and if you're in the chat still, feel free. You were a nurse for a very, very long time, and you've seen it all. So we really respect your.
And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have abortion. I'm just saying she's lying.
No, I'm not either. I'm not either.
Talking points, and they strike fear. So people just hear those key points of, your doctor won't be able to help you, and so they got to rise up, right?
What about limits on insurance for cancer and for what about just getting care in the first place?
Dude, I've got a report on my deck for fucking Monday where they've put in that they won't cover your ass for an insurrection or a war anymore into your insurance. So stay away from those insurrections and wars because your insurance is done.
I think this is connected to it. This is what Bernie Sanders said on Monday. He was throwing this out here. Access to safe and legal abortion it was their talking point. Constitutional right, not a crime. Well, yeah, they got a memo. Yeah, they got a memo. This is what we're going to holler about. And then within minutes, 19 minutes after that, 51 years ago, Roe v. Wade reaffirmed a fundamental freedom that government cannot impede your right to control your own body. A fundamental freedom that remains fundamental no matter what the courts say. Well, guess what? Congress has been doing such a shit job kowtowing to, their donor class that we don't have universal, fully funded health care in this country. What the hell are they talking about here? This issue is important, but it's along with a myriad of other health-related issues that they're not taking care of. Universal, fully funded health care. That's it, and that's how I'm going to parse it. But I'm just. Yeah,
I talked to the whole Washington peeps today. They reached out to me. They got some stuff on the agenda coming up, and I'm glad they're still out there fighting and pushing. And I just explained to them that, hey, I moved into the independent media sphere. If you got something to, hype up, you want me to, I'll be there for you guys. But I can't do on the ground organizing anymore because I don't believe that it's really getting us anywhere.
Oh, well,
not with these politicians. You're begging corrupt politicians to do something for you. I've been to our state capitol multiple times to try to talk corrupt, paid off fucking committee members into voting and supporting a bill that would actually help the people. And it doesn't fucking happen. So sorry if I've moved on, but I don't believe that process works.
No. It's kind of interesting. They reached out to you yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they reached out to me yesterday too. And right. I said the same thing that you did pretty much, that we do one-offs for groups like Whole Washington, and we support Whole Washington.
Oh,
and we support not only state-based, but national too, where Some people on the other side, national's the only way to go. These state things are just impeding our efforts.
There's a lot of infighting. Like, no, you got to focus on the states. You got to, no, I'm like, fucking focus on it all. Like, everybody needs health care.
Can't get this through their head. If 1, 2, 3, or 4 states get it, all the states are going to get it. So get your head out of your ass and cross-support each other's efforts.
I've always believed that because that's how it rolled out in Canada, right? You know.
Yeah. So,
they got so many territories, and then it became the whole. And I've always believed that. So yeah, I support the individual state rights, and I support a federal mandate for healthcare. Right, but the Affordable Care Act is saving lives.
Yeah, saving lives, and it's going ching 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 ching.
Right, it's going to ching to ching to ching to ching to all the insurance and the fucking medical suppliers, and those are the people that are getting rich off the Affordable Care Act. And how's your care? How's your level of care? It fucking sucks. I told you guys about my ER experience last fucking month. Oh my God, what a fucking joke. Our healthcare is seriously broken in the United States. It's broken beyond repair. It is nothing but an open purse for any vulture that wants to come in, and it's not helping the people.
And they're working our nursing staff and our doctors to death. Nursing staff is getting slaughtered.
They're so, on top of what happened with them for COVID, a lot of them, died suddenly. A lot of them fucking left because, no, you can't force me to take that. A lot of them saw the sellout and the kickbacks that were coming to the fucking doctors and said, I'm the fuck out of here. Like, our healthcare is in serious, it's jeopardy. It's gone.
And good, Jax is still in the chat there. We're never getting health care in the U.S. No, we're not. We're not, Jax. I agree with you 100%.
Never. We're not. I agree.
And Hillary Clinton said that in 2016.
Yeah, there's too much money to be fucking made.
Yeah, too much money.
For-profit system.
But I can't tell you enough. When we say we've got shitty health care, we don't have shitty nurses. We have shitty
nurses
system.
Are the only thing keeping that fucking shit system together. Are you kidding?
Yeah. And we're killing them
100%.
off. We're running them out of town. We're killing them off. We're shitting on them. And as a nation, we need to get together and unify with these good nurses that are busting their ass. And I'm not blowing smoke up your skirt there, Jax. It's how I've always felt, and Chanda will attest to that.
I've always supported the nurses for sure. Yep. My mama was a nurse, so of course.
Yeah. And behind us here is, this was from Monday. This was the clarion call. Get it out there, reproductive freedom. And then Tuesday, it was on to something else. So,
because Biden's hopes, abortion will keep him in the White House. And has he done enough to protect rights? Fuck no. He hasn't done shit. Are you kidding?
No, he hasn't done shit, and he won't do shit. So, to hell with him. And you've got this back here. What is this? This is blue.
I just thought this was fucking funny. The only way to beat the deep state Democrats from cheating and stealing the future elections is to get an official third party. And the only way we do this is to get Kennedy and Trump to work together to start one. The Independent Party is the largest voting bloc now in the USA. It is. Please spread the word to everyone and copy the Kennedy and Trump campaigns.
You are kidding,
right?
That
would be funny. That would be funny. That would be funny. That's a campaign that would run in hell, right?
Jack's page says U.S. healthcare is all about profit. Yes, it is. It's all about profit. 100%. There's good money to be made in the medical business, and that's what they're all about. So I don't know what else to say about that. I feel like I'm just preaching to the choir as usual. What do you got here? CNN cream of bullshit. What's going on with this?
Let's talk smack on Nikki Haley for a few slides because, man, she's been really at it this week, right? She just won't go down. And why won't she go down? Because the Democrat big donors, the mega donors, are in her ear, right? Telling her, we're going to take Trump out, right? Because he's got all these cases and he's going to go to jail and then he can't run. And so you'll be the shoo-in. Just hang tight, and we're going to give you the money to hang tight and keep going. She is the establishment candidate. She's the uniparty candidate.
Ew.
Oftentimes, when a candidate calls it quits, it's because the money dries up. That does not appear to be the case for Nikki Haley. One example, sources tell me and my colleague Kylie Atwood that a planned New York fundraising event this coming Tuesday is still on, and some of America's wealthiest Wall Street titans are hosting, including billionaires like Ken Langone, Leonard Stern, and Henry Kravis. With the money still coming into her campaign coffers, Haley made clear this morning that she's not letting up on her attacks on Donald Trump.
She throws an absolute temper tantrum talking about revenge. He's going to ban anyone from MAGA that donates to me. Think about that. That's a president who's supposed to serve every person in America. I mean, he's totally unhinged.
He's going to ban anybody who donates to her from being a MAGA. Come on. How the fuck's he going to do that?
I have no clue. I
don't doubt he said it. I ain't questioning he fucking said it, because that sounds like some stupid Trump would say. But who is MAGA and supporting Nikki Haley? That's not how this works.
No, it's not how it works at all. You brought Reid Hoffman here. What's going on with that?
Reid Hoffman pulls out Nikki Haley after a New Hampshire pounding. I love that title, but bye-bye Reid Hoffman. So following Tuesday's massive, loss to Donald Trump in the New Hampshire primary, Republican candidate Nikki Haley has lost a major Democratic source of support. So she loses some, she gains some.
Yeah, win some, you lose some.
She'll pick up more Democratic supporters. Are you kidding?
Yeah, Glenn Greenwald had a nice little rant about Nikki here, and we'll just pummel through this one.
Here's the other claim Nikki Haley tried to make. She's trying to claim that she's the one standing up to the political establishment. She's the anti-establishment candidate in the race. The establishment is trying to push Nikki Haley out of the race, she says, but the voters are saying no to the establishment.
She's so anti-establishment.
After the results came in, quote, "I've got bad news for the political establishment. I'm not going anywhere. Except to my sweet South Carolina. We're not going to let them coronate Donald Trump when 48 states haven't voted." The political establishment is behind Nikki Haley in a way that I've never seen them back a Republican politician in my life.
Yeah.
And it's not voters telling the political establishment, we're going to defy you by voting for Nikki Haley. It's the political establishment. It's the voters telling the political establishment, we're going to defy you by voting for Donald Trump. Here is an interview that Nikki Haley gave on Fox where she again postured as the anti-establishment candidate.
Martha, I'm running to win this race. And as much as everybody wants to talk about what I'm going to do, at some point, y'all are going to realize that I won this race, and you're going to have to accept when I say I told you so. It is slow and he wins the race. I've done this the entire time. We're going to finish it. I don't want anything else. I'm running to be president. I'm not going to pull out because somebody wants to be coronated. I'm not going to pull out because they think that I shouldn't be there. The political class has never thought I should be here. In South Carolina, in Congress, at the UN, no one has ever thought I should be here. And that's exactly why I should be here, because I'm fighting for normal people, and I'll always do that.
Oh, yeah.
The political class has never wanted Nikki Haley in the race, she says. How do you, even in the context of a campaign, get yourself to lie like that with a straight face?
Right.
Here's the Wall Street Journal, the voice of the establishment, the editorial board, on January 24th, yesterday, urging Nikki Haley to stay in the race. Quote, "Nikki Haley earns the chance to fight on after New Hampshire. She closed strong in the primary and revealed Trump's November weakness."
Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, she revealed his weakness.
Yeah, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let me see. Where are we at here on the grand scheme of things? That's a Nikki Haley right there. You got that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Nikki and her shadow. Yeah, she's a rhino, for sure.
Is that like Groundhog Day?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. All right. What do we got here? We got another CNN. Boy, you really
This
got
one's crazy. Now, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody really talking about this yet, but I did spend most of the day off of line. Anyway, so, okay, Carrie Lake is having a conversation with the chair of the the Arizona Republican Party. And they try to fucking pay her off to go away. And she records it. And then she somehow gets him to resign because she has the recording and she's going to release it, but she does release it. Anyways, he resigned from being chair over this, and they're friends. That's the crazy thing. Go ahead and roll it. This just blows my mind. What?
Welcome back. In Arizona, the chairman of the Republican Party is resigning and amid pressure from Carrie Lake, a Trump loyalist who is running for the U.S. Senate. At issue, a secretly recorded audio tape that was leaked to the Daily Mail. Lake and her aides say Jeff DeWitt was trying to bribe her to stay out of the Senate race. In the audio, DeWitt says he was asked by very powerful people from, quote, back east, whether there are companies that could put Lake on the payroll and keep her from running.
Which I can be bought.
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. $1 billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country.
Wood denied the allegations of bribery, saying in a statement that his discussions were transparent and intended to offer perspective, not coercion. Joining us now is CNN's senior investigative correspondent, Kyung La. Kyung, this is shocking audio to listen to. It's something that you might imagine could happen in the political world, but you just never quite hear it, just sort of out there. There it is. Walk us through what happened after this audio went public.
Well, right after the audio went public, I can tell you that the immediate response in Arizona was, what? Because these two are known as political allies. They are both Republicans. They both come from Trump world, and they are known as close personal friends.
What do you think? What is that about? What is that all about? Why'd she take him out if they're allies? Like, I get her. She's ruthless, and she wants people to see her as never being able to take a bribe and for the people. I get that, but she took out one of her own fucking allies. Crazy. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell that's all about. I don't know what to think anymore on any of this stuff.
Right?
It's just we live in the twilight zone. That's why I put it in the deck like that.
The upside down.
Yeah, it is. That's upside down world. What do you got here? MSNBS.
Oh, well, Trump, yesterday, the big breaking news, right, was that fucking crooked court with that crooked woman. Trump has to pay her, what, $83.5 million or some shit like that?
$83 million?
Yes, remember? Okay, so the original lawsuit was for like $5 million, and she said that he groped her in a Mayflower hotel fucking years ago or some shit, and he says, I've never seen that woman before, and then so they go to trial, right, and it's a civil case, and he's being Trump, and he's defaming her the whole way through the fucking trial, and so they hit him with defamation, and it's for defaming her that he has to pay her this money.
Whatever.
Continuing our coverage of the breaking news out of a New York City courtroom. A jury has awarded over $83 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll, who sued the former president for defaming her. Carroll departed the courtroom just minutes ago. This was the second trial brought by Carroll against Donald Trump. She already won $5 million in May in a case where the jury found that the ex-president liable for sexually abusing her. Today, just like in the trial last year, the jury only took about 3 hours to reach their verdict. The jury's decision came following a contentious day in the courtroom. Trump stormed out at one point, but returned for his attorney's closing arguments. We are back with NBC News correspondent Vaughn Hilliard. Vaughn, I am told that you have a reaction from the former president.
Alicia, Trump just posted on his social media account as he boards a plane. He's going to be campaigning in Las Vegas, Nevada tomorrow, just in the last few minutes posting, quote, absolutely ridiculous. I fully disagree with both verdicts and will be appealing this whole Biden-directed witch hunt focused on me and the Republican Party. Of course, there is no evidence that Joe Biden or the Democratic Party has anything to do with the lawsuit brought against Donald Trump. But what a jury here found today is more than $80 million in damages that are awarded to E. Jean Carroll by Donald Trump. And I think if we could just take a step back here, 8 years ago when I was covering the Trump campaign and the Republican primary and then the general election, there were conversations around the more than dozen allegations of sexual abuse and harassment against Donald Trump.
I had to cut it off, but I had to let him tell you his side of what he thought. It was such bullshit. Like, that's MSNBS for you.
Oh, my
Cream
God.
of bullshit.
What is the world coming to?
Okay, so I did a report for you guys on this woman a long time ago. I don't know, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. But I brought you a highlight clip just to remind you of who she is and how mentally sound she looks and sounds.
Who is this?
This is E. Jean Carroll.
No way.
Yes, this is the woman who accused Trump.
I could not answer the questions coming into the Ask E. Jean column if I was in New York City. You can't think in New York if you're dating 16 people, which I would be doing if I were in New York. You go to the woods to find out who you are, and then you find out who you are, and you're even happier than when you came. It's wonderful.
Let me take you to the jungle in my head where we're animals. I'm gonna take you off the land.
I call call it the mouse house because
Are you
some
kidding
very
me?
distinguished
Oh, it gets
mice
worse. Just
live
wait.
here. Kahneman lives in the kitchen. Taberski lives in the bedroom. This is my shed. And on that side are the books that most influenced me growing up. On the door are the lists of my dogs. Marky, Fortuna de la Spunky, Heidi, Tits, Bloody, and Hepburn. The streams
Tits and
and
Bloody.
the rivers were dry.
What?
And it so horrified me that I came out and started painting the rocks blue to indicate that there was once a river here. And then after I got done painting the
Is
rocks,
she drunk?
I just sort of walked
No.
over here and then did that tree and then did that tree and then I did this tree. And then pretty soon I'd done this whole forest.
What
That is the Democrat champion who just took Donald Trump down for $83 million.
You got to be
Yes.
kidding me.
And she just said in that interview, if I was in New York, I'd have 16 dates or something like that, right? I'd be dating 16 guys, and then or 16 people, and then I love her dog's name are Bloody and Tits.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. That was just the one I remembered from the report I did, but I had a bunch of crazy videos with her years ago. I don't crazy.
This the
Trump
world's
got taken down by a fucking clown, man.
Oh my
That's
God.
what it seems to be.
Oh my God. Okay, well, what do we have with
And we'll probably get hit for that because it was an L clip, but whatever.
Okay. Kareen? What's Kareen got going on?
Kareen. I don't remember.
The science is
Just
clear.
play it. Border,
Climate
the border.
change is the existential
climate,
threat
sorry.
of our time. So
Let's hear it again.
the science is clear. Climate change is the existential threat of our time. So
Climate
Yeah,
change.
climate change is the existential threat of our times. So let's send more of, the unelected officials around the world to talk about it
Okay.
on private jets.
Yeah, let's do that. What do we got here?
Okay, well, you see what's going on down at the border. Media's not really fucking cover it, but we had a trucker convoy, guys, a big trucker convoy. And I didn't bring anything really to it today other than this, but I got a bunch of stuff for Monday. Yeah, the truckers have ascended on the border because they've decided they're going to go down there and protect it since, the federal fucking government won't. And of course, Texas is fighting back. We saw that the judgment in court this week, and the Fed said, no, you can cut the razor wire, and the state Abbott said, fuck that, you're not coming in and cutting any of this. So now other governors, Trump is encouraging other governors from around the country to back Abbott. I don't know, are we on the brink of a civil war? I don't know.
We
Maybe
might
this
be.
is what one looks like.
We,
I don't know.
we might be. We just might be.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott refusing to give up control of the Texas border to federal officials, saying the state will not give federal agents full access to Shelby Park today. That ignores a deadline set by the Biden administration, which is today. Instead, Abbott is installing more razor wire following a Supreme Court order.
Oh, that
allowing
sounds like a
federal
Texas
agents
thing to
start
do.
Removing it. Texas now receiving support from 25 Republican governors, all backing Governor Abbott's border actions, blaming the Biden administration for
Alaska.
the crisis. Former President Trump wants to take it one step further. He's now encouraging these states to deploy their National Guard troops to Texas
and
to
send
prevent
National Guard.
illegal crossings. Trump's vowing that if he becomes president again, he's going to work with Abbott to seal the border, writing, quote, Biden says let in those should not get comfortable because they will be going home. I want to bring in Texas Congressman Lieutenant Colonel Keith Self. Congressman.
Yeah, I think I cut it there. So you get the gist of it. I don't know. Trump saying send your National Guard. I don't know what that looks like when half of the country's National Guard is down there to fight off the federal government. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know.
I don't either. I have no
But Ted
clue.
Cruz is ready. Ted Cruz grew out his mutton chops in preparation for a civil war.
That's the Babylon Bee. That's the Babylon Bee.
That was funny. Come on.
Yeah, that was funny. Now you brought a Savvy Says.
Not as funny as this. I got to tell you, this was my most satisfying thing to watch happen all week, and that was mainstream media, paper, print, lay off freaking people from coast to coast. And I'm sad for the people who got laid off, but I'm sorry, you are in a dying industry with a bunch of liars. So I don't feel that bad. So Taylor Lorenz, of course, had to take to the airways to cry about it because that's the only thing she knows how to do. And please don't reface me onto her.
Oh, now
you did that to me once.
Now I'm going to do it. You watch.
The entire journalism industry is basically in a free fall. Today, the Los Angeles Times laid off 115 employees. They wiped out their entire DC bureau in an election year. They laid off pretty much all of their sports teams. They killed their entire tech and business section. They laid off breaking news writers, social media editors. The list goes on. But what's really dark is this is just the latest in months and months and months of layoffs in the media industry. In fact, tens of thousands of journalists have been laid off in the past year. Major media companies like BuzzFeed News have completely shuttered their news operations. Time Magazine also just laid off a ton of people, and Sports Illustrated basically shut down last week. Pretty much the entire digital media ecosystem that myself and a lot of other millennial journalists came up in has been completely hollowed out. And it's not just digital media sites. Local news has been obliterated. The newspaper industry is cratering. Radio is essentially dead aside from NPR, which has been gutted. Meanwhile, hundreds of workers at Condé Nast, the parent company of pretty much every major magazine from GQ to...
All right, that's it. I can't take it anymore.
Oh, I know. She goes on for 4 minutes of crying and saying how she's independent media and with her whininess. It's so fucking gross. And yeah, what did you expect? What did these companies expect for a gamut of different reasons? There's wokeism. It's them lying about politics. It's the fact that they're... She goes, oh, but NPR's still there. You know why NPR's still there? Because of donations from viewers like Bill Gates. I mean, it's shit like that from Pfizer. That's why NPR is still fucking alive. Yeah. Bye-bye, mainstream media. I don't miss you.
No, we're all done. We are all done. And
click the article. Oh, you got to pay $10 a month to read this article. Fuck you. I don't want to read your garbage then. It's all lies.
You brought this.
Did you see Dennis announced that he's running for Congress?
Yeah, he's running in Ohio's 7th district. Is that correct?
Yep.
And
what do you think? You think he's got a chance?
No, the Democrats are going to weaponize the opponent.
No doubt. No doubt.
The thing of it is that he is running as an independent, right?
Yeah. He learned that much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I don't think he's got a chance.
He has well intentions.
Yeah,
he has well intentions.
I hope he does. I hope.
At least he was smart enough to jump that fucking sinking rat ship that was the Kennedy fucking campaign.
Yeah. Well, I'll know about that. How's everybody doing? Is everybody staying? I'm a little distracted.
I
still.
Lost the chat a while ago. Yeah. If I click on anything, my chat disappears. So.
You brought this. Sabby Sabs had Kasenich on. Shall we give it a shot here? See if it works.
Yeah, you can cut it wherever. I didn't cut this one.
Actually, in office under the Clinton administration, under the Bush administration. I would imagine during that time, being supportive of progressive issues was probably a little bit more difficult than it is for people today. So, why do you feel some of these other members that supported those progressive policies, like members of the Squad? Why do you feel they are not choosing to fight back against Democrat Party leadership?
Well, first of all, Savvy, you have basically articulated the reason why I'm running as an independent. That I'm not going to be locked into any group that would be adverse to the interests of my constituents. I wasn't when I was in Congress, but if I had a difference of opinion with leadership, and I often did, particularly on matters of war and impeachment, I'd go to the leadership. I'd tell them exactly what I was going to do. I didn't set myself in polarity to them, but I was very firm about the positions that I would take. And, sometimes I got their support, sometimes I didn't. But I always
most of the time I didn't
observe my own light, my own clarion call to take a stand. And I think that's probably the most important thing about being a member of Congress, that whatever the party is doing, one must listen to that inner voice of justice, take a stand, and not be afraid, of the consequences as far as advancement and things like that. Those things are all chimerical. What's important is, what do you believe in? What do you stand for? Are you willing to take a position on behalf of those who maybe it isn't popular? Being in Congress isn't about doing a thing that's popular. It's about doing what's right, and what's popular isn't always what's right. I'll give you an example. The March towards war in Iraq. Sad. It wasn't popular to take on that war, although I did. I organized 125 Democrats against the war. But unfortunately, majority of Congress, the administration decided to go and attack Iraq, a war that was absolutely based on lies. It wasn't a popular position at the time. I'll go back to Congress to use the experience that I have to help guide members to a better position for the country, because we're losing sight of what our country's about. We were never meant to be some kind of a military juggernaut around the world. We were never meant to go into other countries and tell them how to run their country and run their business, but that's exactly what we're doing. And so with the experience that I have, having been, I can say this, I can say this with accuracy. I've been right on every major foreign policy issue during my time of service in the House of Representatives. Why? Because I'm not blocked. Nobody can tell me what I have to think. I take a stand based on the truth, based on the practical aspirations of my constituents.
Well, let's hear for Sabby doing a great interview with Dennis Kucinich, and I'm glad she did. I'm glad he's.
And if you have the opportunity to vote for somebody like Dennis, do it. Definitely do it. I mean, I'm not going to poo-poo on voting for somebody like this, but, we know what the odds are. We know the money that they will put up against him. We know what the machine is. So I don't get my hopes up anymore.
I'm going to cut to the next one. This is McDonald's. What do we got going on here?
This is the farmers. God, the farmers are fucking tearing it up. I just saw a video before we went live. I'll have it for Monday's show of them tearing the streets
freeway
up
in
Paris.
France.
Yeah, the freeway.
Yeah, high five.
Hell yeah. That's how you fucking do it. Well, this is another video like that. I don't think this was in France. I want to say it'll come to me where this was, but yeah, they do a McDonald's in.
Yeah, they're dumping like manure and spraying the buildings and everything. So yeah.
Right. Better than the human they feed up.
Yeah, you got that right.
Sod. I don't know. Whatever, it's a mess. Where's all the employees coming out and yelling at him? In America, there'd be somebody beating you down.
Yeah, there would be. That's. I'm glad that's happening. I have to say.
I'll have more on it on Monday. Like I said, I just got a bunch of videos. So
what do we got coming up here? Is this Jimmy Dore? Is that what you brought?
Jimmy. Yeah, Kentucky says it's okay to shoot the homeless.
It is?
Apparently they're passing into a law.
Are you serious?
They're on your lawn. Get off my lawn.
All right, let's take a look.
I thought they were. Republican lawmakers in Kentucky introduced a bill last Tuesday that would criminalize homeless encampments and expand the state's stand your ground law to allow property owners to confront unhoused people with a gun. So even though they're outside, you could pretend that they're inside your house and use a gun.
Well, if they're camping out. So is this like the Portland thing where people are camping out on people's lawns? Did you see that?
I did see that.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't wait.
Again,
if
I don't want to
camp out on my goddamn lawn. I probably wouldn't wait for a law. I'd handle it. Maybe not with a gun, but they'd be gone.
Well, I don't want to demonize the homeless people because the government could fix this problem. They could provide housing for these people easily. We could support the entire government of Ukraine to the tune of $150 billion or whatever we've sent there so far.
It's like making you pump your own gas.
So they could totally take care of these people. The government chooses not to. Homelessness is a policy decision, and they want you to be angry at the homeless person instead of the people with power and money to fix it. They want us fighting each other. They want you to be on edge, just like Tucker Carlson talked about when he came on the show. They want you to have to step over a homeless person to get inside a convenience store where all the products are locked up behind glass. And then when you leave, you have a crackhead screaming in your face till you get to your car. So you feel scared and on edge, and you beg for an authoritarian solution to this.
Or you just leave San Francisco.
But it's everywhere, Kurt. It's everywhere. Well, there's homeless people right down the street from our house.
You know how crazy this is? Because Kentucky, I mean, how much could it cost to live in Kentucky, really, that they couldn't house them? Mississippi, the lowest.
So this is their
lowest
answer.
Homelessness in the country.
That's right.
Because they just build houses.
Because
you can't do that in Kentucky.
Mississippi. And why did you think Mississippi did that? Why did they think that Mississippi gave the homeless housing? Because their state is so shitty they couldn't afford one more problem.
But that's what I don't get. Like Kentucky, I haven't heard of mass migration to the
the
Kentucky.
fact if Mississippi can do it, it shows you that they can do it everywhere, and especially in a rich state like California.
They could, but they choose not to. He's absolutely right when he says it's a policy choice.
It is a policy choice. It's a horrible one too. You brought Tricky Dick. What's
Housing
going on
first.
with Tricky Dick? What's this deal with?
I got this from you.
You got this from me.
This was the moon landing when they cut the funding to NASA and said no more landing on the moon. But they only said that because the joke was over. They didn't want to keep the thing going.
All right, let's check it out.
January 5th, 1972, President Nixon dropped a bombshell. No more moon landings after Apollo 17. The Apollo program faced a major setback because the government didn't chip in enough cash. The moon missions in the 60s were too expensive, and NASA's wallet took a real hit. The whole show, running from 1961 to 1972, cost more than $25 billion. Adjusted for today's prices, that's over $150 billion. It became one of the priciest government gigs ever. Despite burning through cash like it was going out of style, Apollo gave us some serious brainpower in science and engineering. Plus, it scored a big win for the U.S. against the Soviet Union in the space race. After over a decade of pouring money into NASA to get to the moon, folks started losing interest. Taxpayers...
We're bored. We don't want to go to the moon no more.
We're bored.
We don't want to know anything about the universe at all. We went to the moon. There's nothing left to see. Pack it up. We're bored. We want to go home.
All we want are more wars. That's it. More wars.
Yeah. It's taken us this long to get our shit together. You know, I've been really obsessed. Like the last month, I listened to nothing but stuff about the universe, about the cosmos, about, galaxy. I'm always listening to something about it. And I mean, we've sent a lot of fucking probes out there. We have a good idea of what the fuck's going on there. And I just find it so crazy that with all of that information, we still can't answer some basic questions like, how do we get through the Van Allen belt? I don't know.
I don't know. Me Mally time. Thank God. This show has gone so fast. Why has this show gone so fast?
Because you've been so busy working on the new studio while we've been live, so I can see why it would go.
Trying to fix everything.
But it's been smooth. It's looking good. It looks good. What do you think, chats? You like the new studio? I like it.
I think it'll be great when I get this internet stream to quit choking off.
I know. I'm sorry. I know your pain because it happens to me constantly, and I hate it.
Yeah. Honest to God, I think I figured it out. For anybody that's techie savvy out there, my network hub is going out. I think that's what it is because I fixed everything else. So it's cables and network hub. Just FYI. I'm obsessive compulsive about shit. You brought these, me Molly. Here you go.
Me watching my status friends change his profile pic again, but still refusing to do 5 minutes of research into the psyop he supports. Yeah, those stupid profile covers. I support Ukraine. Yeah, I'm so over them. I stand with Israel.
Yeah, and this one?
Inflation has gotten so bad, it now takes 2 Karens to speak to the manager.
Oh, my God.
Double trouble.
And there's Walter.
Let's see. Younger Americans will have trouble believing this, but there was once a guy named Walter Cronkite who would read the news on television every weeknight, and he didn't seem to have any agenda or try to make anybody look bad or good. He just read the news, and then get this, we would all just make up our own minds about what we thought. Oh my God, no way. He didn't interview smarmy, opinionated talking heads. He just read the news, matter of fact. And then he would just sign off and shut up.
That was it. That's the way it is. July 21st, 1973.
What a novel fucking concept. Somebody who just kind of gives you the facts of what happened and you can do your own research and make up your own mind.
No, that's before the news got shoehorned into the entertainment category of. So they Hollywood.
Well, yeah, and no. I mean, yeah, there was a corporate stranglehold back then, just over the few networks there was. But then that really busted loose in the 80s with CNN and Ted Turner's network and shit. So that's when we got the opinionated figureheads in our fucking faces.
Yeah, I agree. That was it. This is a scary picture right here.
Yeah. Take public transit to reduce my carbon footprint. Taylor Swift.
You know, they've been screaming about Taylor Swift. It wasn't over that Trailer Swift image, was it? Or what?
No, apparently, and we're going to get to it. It's in Hollyweird. There's been some nude AI pictures that have been generated. And yeah, we'll get there. It's a whole thing.
This has been going on for a long time. Why is it now that it's Taylor Swift they're being upset about?
Because there's a reason. Because there's a reason. We'll get to it. If I'm rich, why should I worry about the poor? The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. that is the point.
That's terrible. And then you've got, is this like Chucky's uncle or something? Or what the hell is that?
Chucky's uncle. I thought that looked a little like AOC. I want to play a game. You're at Walmart and buy 3 items. The goal is to make the cashier as uncomfortable as possible. What do you buy?
Oh, God.
What do you buy? What's your combination?
What do you buy? Walmart.
You want to make them uncomfortable. Like, I saw a lot of people like, oh, I'd buy a baseball bat, duct tape, and, like rope. Oh, okay.
Your mind's in a different place than mine was. And that's because
my mind went here. I was like, I want a turkey baster, some Dalcolax, and some duct tape.
Yeah. No, that's really good, those combination things. But I was, more conventional. I was at Walmart the other day, and I go, see, they've cordoned it all off so people can't steal their shit, the razor blades and stuff.
Yeah, everything's behind plastic, and you got to go up to aisle 12 and ask for shit. Yeah.
But I didn't get the connection. What was the deal with the shaving cream being right underneath the sex toys?
Oh, I don't know. I
didn't even know Walmart had sex toys.
Depends. They used to have them in the female hygiene section, like with all the, yeast creams and shit like that. But they were getting jacked all the time because they would sell shit like cock rings and stuff at Walmart. I know you guys didn't know that, but they did. And little mini vibrators. They didn't have none of the big power industrial ones. But yeah, those of all, I noticed they didn't have them anymore. So yeah, they must have moved them behind glass.
Yeah, they are. That was over there. I was kind of shocked, and I'm just like looking at that. But
you know what else they're putting behind there is Imodium. If you ever take Imodium for like stomach cramps, you can't go buy it off the shelf anymore at Walmart. It's behind the glass. You got to get a person to get it for you.
Well, they're making. Well, anyway. In answer to your question, I would say a chainsaw, sex toy, 30-06, and a trampoline. Would that do it?
Gotta have the trampoline in there. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. What does the chat say? What would they buy?
I don't know. A chainsaw, definitely. They were down for the chainsaw.
And this is a new thing you've been doing the last few shows. I like this. This is cool.
Remember when? Oh, there's so many good memories in here. There is.
That's
car lighter.
Before Alyssa Milano's brain rotted out of her skull.
Yeah, for sure. What about Bob? That was a hilarious movie.
That was funny. I liked that.
Give it to Mikey. He'll eat it.
Oh, there's Kevin Kline's wife down there, Phoebe Cates. Remember that scene where she's...
Yeah, I love that scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's why I put it there.
Yeah, she's coming out of the pool in slow motion, and everybody's having a meltdown. Yeah. So, Hollywood Squares. Okay, Chanda. Okay, who, of all the people that were on Hollywood Squares, who's the one that comes to mind first?
Whoopi fucking Goldberg for me, but I'm younger than you. So she was the mainstay in the 90s. So when it came back.
Oh, I'm going to be dating myself then.
Yeah. Well, remember when?
Paul Lynde, Uncle Arthur from Bewitched.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him, though. He was funny.
Do you know he died? He was only like 55.
Yeah, I did know.
Yeah, he's only like 55. I guess if you really want to go way back, Rosemarie from the Dick Van Dyke Show. So that's another.
Betty White was on there a good bit too, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was on Password mostly, but yeah,
she did all the. Yeah, she did the pyramid one. Yeah, she was always.
Is she still alive, or is she dead?
No, she died a couple of years ago.
Okay,
like maybe a year and a half ago.
Oh, that's terrible.
She was like 98 years old or some shit. It wasn't that terrible.
Yeah, no, I know. It was, yeah.
Hey, she got a full ride.
You put the phone book in here. Remembering going through the phone book to order a pizza? Yes, I do. And we used the coupons that were in the phone book.
Yeah, they used to put coupons in the, yeah.
But what I put this news piece, this is actually Knott's Berry Farm jams and jellies are no more. They're going to quit. And
that made me sad when I saw this.
Because
I love them.
And the boysenberry jam was the best one. It was awesome.
I like their little Christmas packages. You get the little tiny jars of nuts, and then you get some meats and cheeses and crackers and the little strawberry candies. Oh, that bums me out. I actually went to Knott's Berry Farm when I was a kid.
Yeah, my daughter went there, but I never got to go. She went with some friends. But yeah, what are they going to start doing? Are they just going to squirt some jam in a Ziploc lunch bag and start selling those, or what?
The Smuckers is already in a bag like thing now.
Yeah,
it's all sugar anymore. Anyways, it's all filler and sugar, so it's not like make your own jam, dude. It's so easy to make jam, you guys.
It is. And you can make sure you put right amount of sugar and the right kind of sugar in it too. So
not corn syrup, right?
Yeah. Here's your other meme here.
Here's to the good old days when we could make fun of each other without anyone getting their panties in a bunch. Yeah, and I don't like it when people text me in abbreviations at my old age. They be like, GM, well, General Motors to you too.
This freaked me out. What the hell?
We had Paris Fashion Week this week, but this is from Berlin Fashion Week.
What?
For when you're a business shark.
When you're a business shark, I guess the labels do matter. And this is this from Paris? Is this?
I'm told. I thought it was AI, but the caption under it was "This is Paris Fashion Week." So, yeah, apparently ramen is not just for the poor; it is for the richest to wear.
That is ramen? That's ramen.
Yeah, it's ramen. Yeah, see the ramen cups in their bags.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh my God, that's
hungry.
That's as bad as Lady Gaga's meat dress. So that's terrible.
Oh, it is, right? Hey, but you can choose the length.
Shitlit Book Club this week. We got a couple of really hot sellers. It's My Flawed Lover's Dildo Hands, Life and Loves of John Kirby, I'm sorry. And then we have the New York Slime's bestseller, Take My Soul, Satan. Bestow upon me the dark powers necessary to destroy my bosses, and I will gladly serve you for all eternity, by Taylor Lorenz, author of Dear God, You're a Coward. Are those winners? Are those going to be...
That's funny.
That was pretty good.
Kirby's with a K, though.
I know. I can't put their names in there because I'll get in trouble.
Oh, that's right.
So Kirby, I changed that with a C, and Taylor, I made it Taylor, like in garments. So
she is such a whiner. That's perfect. I was cracking up when I saw that.
She
Taylor
is,
Lorenz one.
She's a terrible whiner. Stoner Corner.
Make fun of me. Stoner Corner. What she means when she says buy her flowers. Yes, that's exactly what we mean. And this is God's gift. This is the most chemically potent strain. I can't see it. Wow. Nice. And then the nastiest bong you have ever seen. Yeah, don't do that. Don't burn your weed in a nasty bong. And when you quit, would you quit smoking weed for a relationship? Oh, yeah, I have. I have before.
Huh. Amazing.
I have. I don't know if I would nowadays. I'm older and I hurt and I need my weed.
I lost my place here. Hold on one second. I think I've done okay, I guess. Here we go. Hollywood.
Hollywood, did you guys see Jon Stewart's back? Yeah. Hosting the Daily Show too after 16 years.
Yeah, Jon Stewart. I don't have a lot of hope for that. Honestly,
I don't have any hope for that. He's a fucking ass-kissing sellout who occasionally gets to drop a few bombs and everybody thinks that he's the shit. Oh my God, remember when he went on and he told the truth about the vaccine? Yeah, we've been telling the truth about the vaccine for 3 fucking years and nobody threw us a goddamn party. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate his efforts for the 9/11 workers.
I appreciate that, but everything else. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
He's back just in time, too, for the election, right?
Yeah, he's being a
You think
tool.
he's going to bag on Biden like Biden fucking deserves, or is he going to lick Biden's ass? He's going to lick Biden's ass. You know it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Trump derangement syndrome every night. So
Total
That's
Trump
what it's gonna
derangement
be.
syndrome. Oh, God, it just grosses me out.
you know, you and I do share a brain, and I was putting this in, and you had already had it in. So and you got this one. There is no Ken without Barbie, and there is no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, the two people most responsible for this history-making, globally celebrated film. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, the shit libbies are pissed off, man. Barbie did not get a nod for Best Director or Best Female, but Ryan Gosling got a nod for Ken, and that's what the whole fucking movie's about. Don't you understand?
So, have you seen it?
No.
Do you plan on seeing it?
Money? I will see it when I don't have to pay for it. If it shows up on one of the streaming services I already pay for, I ain't going out of my way to give the studios any fucking money for that crap.
Well, it's not
I wanted to take Hunter to see it, but somebody else took her. So, yeah, I got out of having to pay for it.
What do you got here about liberals?
Yeah, speaking out against genocide. No. Speaking out against the Oscars, snubbing Greta and Margot. Yes.
Yeah, the priorities are a little twisted there. So we have got, this is it. You're going to talk about this. This is Taylor's.
Okay, so yeah, Congress is weighing in on the Taylor Swift deep fake. So this is going to be a push for more fucking censorship. The White House says that sexually explicit AI images of Taylor Swift are alarming and that Congress should take legislative action to address fake abuse images online. We are alarmed by the circulation of false images. So stuff like we do with the refacing will get sucked into this big ball of legislation, and we will be censored for what we do. You watch.
I hope not, because everybody seems to have fun with it and they enjoy it, and
that's what I thought.
Yeah, this and as far
that's the type of censorship.
Well, I wish people wouldn't do this anyway, because it's really counterproductive. You know, it's not even funny to me. I just you know.
I agree, but you're never going to stop people from doing it, right? And she knows that as a star.
Yeah.
You don't own your own image when you become that powerful.
This has been happening since I was a kid. They take somebody's head and put it on a nude. I mean, it's,
Dude,
it's
you know
just.
how many of my bodies my head's probably been on? I mean, I already know about a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just
over it after the first couple of times. It pisses you off, and then you go, whatever.
And I think if you try and legislate this, it's going to make it worse in other ways. So I'm totally against this. And
really
I'm sorry.
Gonna fuck with the porn industry too, because they're really starting to utilize AI. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't have to pay a check. Yeah, I can just use AI.
Yeah, and we've got Day X here.
Day X, don't forget it. Let's get out there. Everybody try to get a meme out, a meme, a message, anything Assange every day. We're trying to keep Assange trending, keeping him in the forefront. So you guys know the routine. House Res 934.
And then you're having Jesse on your show tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a show tomorrow night. So join me at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And we're going to hang out in the trailer park and jam and smoke weed and chat. And it's just going to be a good hangout for a Sunday night.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. So we made it to the end of the show.
Woo!
Believe it or not. Yeah, sorry.
That was a rough one, but you did great. You did great, guys.
I really tried. I'm sorry about all the buffering, guys. I think that due to this experience, I figured out the last thing that could be wrong. And I'm going to correct that by Tuesday or Wednesday. And Chanda, I'm so glad I didn't do I'm glad I didn't do Fee and Pasta's show again or try on Friday, because this would have happened with the new studio. And it would have been a mess, and I hate putting Sister Fee and Brother P in a bad spot like that, because they work so hard.
It breaks my heart for you, because I know you are losing it behind the scenes, because you are a perfectionist and you want everything to be perfect. And I know it just breaks my heart when you crash or I crash.
So, but their Pasta's tickled that I'm on vMix now. So once we get the streaming configuration working properly, it should be a lot of fun. Let me see if I can stop that here real quick. this is our outro. You want to give a pitch for this outro here?
I do want to give a pitch, but first I want to tell everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us. And thank you so much for the super chats and the super raise. We appreciate it. That's what keeps us going. Your guys' donations mean everything to keeping this little machine going. And we can't thank you guys enough for, our numbers are great, Oz. Our numbers have been great the last few nights.
Tonight?
So thank you
Tonight?
guys. Yeah, we had 120 watching tonight. And I
With
don't
the
even know what was on
buffering?
X.
With the
buffering.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh God, it makes it even worse. Oh God.
No, it was good. It looked good. It's all good. We'll get the kinks out of this studio.
Okay,
So thank you guys so much for joining us in the new studio.
Yeah, and we're still working on that script so we can start doing scripts. So we just got to hitch in our get along. We're going to get it fixed. So we're going out with Led Zeppelin. It's a 3 for tonight, as Chanda said so kindly on her show the other day. These ladies are fantastic. We hope you enjoy them as much as we did. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully all the kinks will be out, and I'll learn a little bit more about this wonderful new studio we have. Have a great night, everybody. Say goodnight, Chanda.
Good night, Chanda.
Good night, Chanda.